all want to look fantastic. We refuse. Today's baby boomers refuse to give up. And so we want to look young for as long as possible. And there's this growing field of cosmetic dermatology. And we've got Dr. Nathan Rosen here to talk about some of the things we can do once Mother Nature starts to turn her back on us. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here today.
There are some things we can do to look good for as long as we can, right? Let's talk about some of those.
Well, nothing replaces being genetically blessed like you, Val, but we always want to start actually with things that are preventative. And the thing that is the greatest preventive treatment for the skin is actually sunscreen and sun avoidance. So it's something that a lot of your viewers won't want to hear, but we encourage all of our patients to always, even through the winter months, use an SPF 45 sunscreen at least that has UVA protection.
Wow, UVA protection. Okay, and are they saying that? Are they being a little more specific on the labeling now?
Well, the labeling is related to both sort of the number for that sun protection factor, which guides against UVB light, and there's no numbering system for UVA light. So you want both of those on there, and you want also a Canadian Dermatology Association approval on the label if you're purchasing that from your local pharmacy.
Okay. Well, that makes sense because in the winter it can get quite bright when the snow or when the light is being reflected off of snow whenever it decides to show up this year.
That's right. But unfortunately, those sunscreens and prevention only do so much, and time is against all of us, and the aging process is going to advance no matter what.
What happens? What's going on underneath the skin that seems to make us look older and tired when we're not? We feel fine, but we look in the mirror and we look like we haven't slept for a decade.
Absolutely. What's happening is the march of time. And as time goes on, our body is not as good at producing collagen and fat and a molecule that's called hyaluronic acid. And this is a key molecule in terms of collagen, a building block of collagen that absorbs water that's in the skin and makes the skin look plump, juicy, youthful, bright. And unfortunately, a woman who's in her 60s will only have about 50% of the hyaluronic acid that she had in her 30s.
Wow. Well, that's interesting because I've heard them talk, in skin creams they talk about hyaluronic acid. I didn't realize that the body manufactures it on its own. Okay.
Absolutely. And more than skin creams where we're putting it on topically and it only lasts for a short period of time, what's even better are that we have great treatments right now, like Juvederm Voluma with lidocaine, where we can actually inject it into the skin and restore some of those building blocks and bring back some of those youthful contours and natural look and also a more restful, relaxed look to the skin so that we're not looking tired anymore.
And you've brought some pictures that kind of demonstrates what happens over time to a woman's face. So in the beginning, when a woman is in her 20s, her face is round and, lovely and sculpted. And then...
Yeah, so this is a great example. This is an example of a woman who brings us her photograph of her close to 30 years of age. And she has very youthful features, a nice full face, and we talk about the triangle of youth and the triangle of beauty, where the temples and the cheeks are nice and wide and full, and everything tapers to a point lower down in the face at the chin and the jaw lines, and that's our youthful triangle.
Okay.
And we have a picture of the same patient who's in her 50s. And if we bring that up, we see, again, this is a very attractive woman.
She looks great.
She looks great, but she's starting to feel that she looks a little tired, a little stressed, even though she's not tired and she's not stressed. And she wants to bring back some of those more natural contours. And what we see with time in that picture is we actually see that we start to lose some of that volume, primarily in the cheeks and in other areas.
And it's almost like the triangle is upside down now.
That's exactly what's happened. The cheeks have sunken in, but unfortunately there's a bit of descent on the lower face, and now the lower face looks a bit heavier than we'd like it to. Okay,
so then with fillers, the things that you were just talking about, look.
So a great example of what a hyaluronic acid filler, like Juvederm Voluma with lidocaine, can do by just restoring those natural contours, giving her a lift effect, so that once again, she's more of the inverted triangle, the triangle of beauty, the triangle of youth, and she looks like herself. There's nothing altered, there's nothing done
there's
about
nothing
her.
Phony looking at all.
She just looks great. She looks age appropriate, she looks great, she looks rested, she looks more youthful, and even the skin looks better. The skin is brighter, the skin has more water content in it, and overall, this is now a much more confident, much more relaxed person.
That's amazing. And so what's in these fillers besides the hyaluronic acid? What else is in there?
That is basically the composition of the fillers. There are a few molecules there that preserve the molecule, but essentially that is what you are putting in the skin. And hyaluronic acid, it's already in your skin. So I like to tell my patients that it's almost like squirting orange juice into an orange. You're just making it fuller, juicier, more plump, but it's the same stuff. It's natural hyaluronic acid.
How long does it last?
The duration of these treatments are anywhere from 12 to 18 months.
That's excellent, actually, isn't it? I often hear of things that only last maybe 4 to 6 months. So if you can go a year, maybe even a year and a half looking that good, why wouldn't you do it? Although I think people are afraid of the cost. Those who haven't yet started to have anything done, we're worried how much it's going to cost us in the long run.
Yeah. So a patient like you saw from Marlene, that'll be $64,000. No.
Oh my God, my heart just skipped a beat.
Yeah, so the treatments with hyaluronic acids will range anywhere from $600 to probably something closer to about $1,800 to $2,200 for a procedure like you saw Marlene have.
But again, it lasts for quite a long time.
That's right. So the duration of effect makes it very worthwhile. And the other thing that we have to understand is that when we take a patient who has not had anything done in her 50s, it's almost like you have to rebuild the house, rebuild the foundation. And so what we usually like to do with our patients is once we've gotten to that point, we just do some minor fine-tuning, some minor touch-ups as time goes on, so that we don't go a year and a half or 2 years and then redo the process. We just add a syringe here, a syringe there as time goes on, just so that you're maintaining the effect.
Love it.
And maintenance is so important, and that's something that we don't think about. We do think about maintaining cars and homes, but we don't think about maintaining our skin.
Well, I love it. Thank you. I think you've helped ease a lot of fears, and I appreciate the information today, Dr. Rosen.
It was a pleasure to be here.
For more information, dermetics.ca. And we'll be right back. Glenn is in the kitchen cooking up some healthy stuff. See you in a second.